Welcome, everybody, to the Fall 2016 College of Education Convocation. My name is Craig Kennedy, and I am the 15th Dean of the college. The college was founded in 1908 to bring teacher education to the state of Georgia. Since then, we have flourished, grown, and matured as a college. We currently have over 4,200 students and annually graduate over 1,100 individuals who go on to careers in education, mental and physical health, and human development. Our college has 7 programs that are ranked in the top 10 in their respective fields. In these rankings, our college is equivalent to Ohio State, Vanderbilt, Wisconsin, and Penn State in the number of top programs that we have. Our faculty bring in over $14 million annually in research support, and the college contributes more than $80 million each year to Georgia's economy. I would like to begin today's convocation with an introduction of our platform party. I would like that each individual rise when I introduce her to receive our appreciation and applause. First is Dr. Denise Spangler, Associate Dean for Faculty and Staff Services and the B.B. Adderhold Professor in Early Childhood Education and Professor of Mathematics Education. Dr. Spangler will introduce our convocation speaker. Second is Kara Snow, an alum of the College of Education and Vice Chair of our college's Board of Visitors. We are very excited that Ms. Snow will serve as our convocation speaker today. And finally, we have Dr. Ann Marcotte, Professor of Communication Sciences and Special Education and Department Head of Language and Literacy Education. Dr. Marcotte will read the names of our graduates. Now let me turn to my remarks. As Dean of the College of Education, it is my distinct pleasure to preside over today's convocation ceremony. It is a celebration of how a university education can transform people's lives. Graduates, please stand. That's you guys in the back. Right. Today's your day, and we applaud all of you, class of 2016. Graduates, your accomplishments we are celebrating today have been assisted by many people in your lives, your parents, grandparents, siblings, partners, friends, and others. Please give them a round of applause. In our college, there are over 220 full-time faculty in 9 departments who have taught and who've mentored you. Everyone, please join me in thanking our faculty. We also have many wonderful staff members in the College of Education. These individuals, often without our knowing, are instrumental in helping our students earn their degrees. I ask all of us to thank the staff in the departments, student services, information technology, library, and many other areas. Graduates, this is a day of celebration for your passion for learning and helping others. Convocation is a time-honored ritual that marks all that you have accomplished thus far in your lives. Please make sure and enjoy this moment. It's once in a lifetime. Now it is my honor to introduce Dr. Denise Spangler, Associate Dean for Faculty and Staff Services and the B.B. Adderhold Professor in Early Childhood Education and Professor of Mathematics. She earned her doctoral degree in mathematics education here at the University of Georgia. After completing her degree, she joined the faculty in the Department of Mathematics and Science Education in the college, where she rose through the academic ranks to become a full professor, an endowed chair, and department head. She is nationally and internationally known for her research on pre-service mathematics teacher education. Dr. Spangler, please come to the podium and introduce our convocation speaker.
Thank you, Dean Kennedy. It's my pleasure to introduce our convocation speaker, alumna Kara Snow. Kara earned her bachelor's degree in sports studies from the College of Education and went on to earn a master's degree from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill in sports administration. Kara's career has been focused on the technology sector, and her work has involved sales, human resource recruitment and development, government relations, and marketing. She is currently Senior Director at the Technology Association of Georgia, which is the largest professional organization for technology companies in North America. At that location, she works with companies ranging from startups to Fortune 500 companies. In addition to her professional career, Kara is very active in the community. As Dean Kennedy mentioned, she is a member of our inaugural College of Education Board of Visitors, and she is its incoming vice chair. She is also a leader in the Junior League of Atlanta, serving in several vice presidential roles and heading up a variety of philanthropic and advocacy initiatives in areas of generational poverty, literacy, nutritional health, and youth development. Her excellence in both her professional career and her community service have been recognized by a variety of organizations, including selection as one of UGA's top 40 alumni under the age of 40, and a similar recognition by the Atlanta Business Chronicle. Both Kara's career and her community service stand as wonderful examples of the work that one can do with a College of Education degree. Our college is broad and diverse, preparing professionals for a wide range of careers and roles in society, all of which are anchored in educating others. Please join me in welcoming our convocation speaker, Kara Snow.
Good afternoon. Wow, thank you, Denise. That was an absolutely lovely introduction. And thank you to Dean Kennedy, the College of Education, and the University of Georgia. Graduates, I remember sitting where you sat. I am very proud of you, and it is my distinct honor to celebrate with you today because you have put in a lot of hard work and dedication. When Dean Kennedy invited me to be the convocation speaker, my first thought was, what on earth do you say to such an enthusiastic group of graduates who are embarking out into the world? You all are a generation defined by how worldly you are. A generation where globalization and technology means you can travel the world and never leave your house. You actually have more knowledge in your hand or pocket or purse than any graduating class before you. And you are here standing in this doorway, taking your education and experience, and you're looking out into the great big world. And then my second thought was, wow, how do you find your way when that world is so big? And then inspiration struck. So I am going to share something that is really important to me that I think is both impactful and that can make the world smaller. I'm going to invite you all to share a few minutes talking with me about change. And by that I mean money. My husband was very skeptical once I became inspired. He's here, and I'm pretty sure he's going to crawl under his chair out of embarrassment because I'm about to share with y'all how I find change on the ground. Pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, paper money, foreign money, little odds and ends that might be money, you get it. I stop everything I'm doing, I bend down, and I pluck up these tiny little treasures. And this started with my mother. She loved the rhyme, find a penny, pick it up, the rest of the day you'll have good luck, for both the blessing and the monetary aspect of the same. After she passed away 3 years ago, my brother started finding pennies. Lots and lots of pennies. So he discovered coins for about a year, and he found $40. So you're thinking, $40 isn't that much. And you're right, it is not a large chunk of change. However, when you consider that this was money picked up off the floor, or from street corners, or outside of a parking meter, or from a vending machine, that money starts to add up. And the reason that I know that he found all this money is because my brother, who coincidentally is a Georgia Tech grad, keeps a spreadsheet to ensure the statistical purity of the found money. Only a Tech grad would do that. And what that means is that these aren't coins you get from buying your Starbucks. It's this actual money that you find out in the world. And I get it. I can see you guys in the front row. You're thinking, her family's crazy. And that is completely fair of this multi-generational obsession with looking for money on the floor. But let me enlighten you as to why we looked for this money and why we kept such meticulous records. Because we were going to throw a party. We were going to host this amazing party, and it just wasn't going to be any party. We were going to host a party entirely funded by found money, which as a college graduate, you know is completely doable on $40. And then we were going to invite our friends, and we were going to charge admission to our awesome party, and we were going to donate all the proceeds to charity. Because we thought, if you can turn $40 into $200 for a good cause by picking it up off the ground, then you should just do it. By the way, when you tell people this, and I know some of you are tempted right now, you want to reach into your pocket and get me a handful of coins. And while I appreciate your very generous offer, we haven't found that money, so I will decline you. So just go ahead and keep it. So we had our $40 start, and we have this mission that we're going to give back. And I'm starting to intentionally look for coins, as does a group of my friends. So there are 10 of us involved in this money scavenger hunt that has literally traveled the globe, bending down to pick up filthy coins and crumpled bills that we collect in jars and Ziploc bags, and we give to my brother occasionally to count while he wears plastic surgical gloves, and then he rolls it, records it, deposits it, etc. And we thought, if he can find $40, maybe we can find enough money in a year that we can have a really nice party, and then we can give even more money to charity. So personally, I run marathons, and I run in the morning in downtown Atlanta, and since I've committed to picking up money, I've run about 500 miles. And let me tell you, I find all kinds of money. It's scuffed, it's moldy, it's bent, it's dirty, shiny, it has holes in it. Sometimes it's not even recognizable as money, but I stop and pick up every last cent. And this tiny detour from my daily runs has provided me with this great sense of joy, while also creating a bond among friends and family who share our finds via text messages, group email, over meals, and yes, in our year-end report. And while the money goes to a very good cause, I will admit that this is not always a clean and noble pursuit. I have used my adorable 5-pound chihuahua to distract children so I could pick up a penny from the sidewalk in front of them. I have interrupted more than one business meeting because there was a penny under someone's chair and I needed to pick it up before anyone else did. I have walked around the fair city of Athens, Georgia, and picked money up out of puddles, which were most likely only 10% water and 90% stale beer. I have literally been rushing late to a lunch meeting thinking, gross, that dumpster back there is so leaky. Oh, a dime! And then bent down to pick up the dime out of the dumpster juice. And throughout the past 6 months, looking for all of this spare change has changed my world. I started noticing the neighborhood around my house because I'm so involved in looking for these shiny little bits of metal. I walk my dog more. I talk to my neighbors more. I actually know who my neighbors are because I quit looking at my phone and I engaged with the world around me. Oh, a penny is so often repeated in my life that my coworkers have written it on the whiteboard that hangs in my office. And while they think I'm crazy, on my birthday, they put all of their found money on my desk. My CEO brings me the money he finds playing tennis. I have CIOs of Fortune 500 companies that text me pictures of quarters that they pick up off the ground. And my father-in-law, who is also here, owes me 21 cents that he found walking into the gym last week. And this quirky habit sparks conversation, elicits giggles, but it makes you very aware of your surroundings. So last month, we got an update email with our statistics pre-end of year report on our very impressive year. Through 11 months, we found $419 in change on the ground, which far exceeded our party budget, right? So we stopped and we thought, should we really spend this money on a party? We would easily cover our costs and have a really great time, but could we do something with this money that has a bigger impact on our community after all of this hard work and sometimes filthy dedication? So the reality dawned on us that this found change could be multiplied and perhaps even transformational in someone's life. We rounded up the total, and then we chipped in actual money that we make at our jobs, and we had $600. Through a matching gift by the Arthur Blank Foundation, we were able to give $1,200 to the United Way of Atlanta Street to Home program, which again is very nice, and now it's not such a little number. A friend and an employee of the United Way shared some stats on how that seemingly small amount of money can make a big impact. $1,200 provides a teen with support from a mentor for an entire year. It helps 65 families learn how to manage money through financial literacy classes. It is 24 hours of job training to help a homeless veteran get a job. Which leads me to the moral of this story, and that is this: small change matters. Be it pennies or hours of mentorship or job training for a homeless vet, small change matters. Because for the most part, that $419 was made up of pennies, each worth a cent, that most people don't think twice about throwing into the trash or onto the ground. Trust me when I tell you this money is largely overlooked. Yet every discarded and mangled cent, tiny and easy to miss, becomes incredibly valuable when you look at the total sum. We coin scavengers refer to ourselves as change finders. And while the world is full of change agents, I encourage you to be a change finder in your community and in your career. In addition to being the change you want to see in the world, as Gandhi once said, find the change that needs to happen to make your world a better place, no matter how small the change seems. Marian Edelman Wright, president and founder of the Children's Defense Fund, said, "If you don't like the world, you change it. You have an obligation to change it. You just do it one step at a time, or one penny at a time, as we have noted today. One penny and one step will make the world seem much smaller when you walk out that door a little bit later today as a proud graduate of the University of Georgia." And that is where I will conclude, by encouraging you to find your way in the great big world, one step at a time, stopping to pick up that occasional penny, because you don't have to change your world. You only need to do those small, meaningful actions that change your world. Good luck, Godspeed, and go dogs.
Thank you, Kara. And now, we have the privilege of recognizing those of you who will receive your degrees this semester from the College of Education. Some of you have earned bachelor's degrees, some have earned master's degrees, and others have earned specialist degrees. Many of you have qualified for initial teacher certification, qualified to apply for licensure in professional areas, or added another area of specialization to your professional credentials. Many of you completed original research in the form of an undergraduate project, an honors thesis, or a master's thesis. Many of you have provided important service to the community through your service learning activities, and many of you have accomplished this while maintaining grade point averages high enough that you are graduating cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude. Some of you did this while working, some while taking care of children or your parents, or while blazing your own trail as the first person in your family to attend college. All of you have worked very, very hard, and that's why we call it earning a degree. We are all very proud of you, and we are pleased to be able to recognize your work and your accomplishments here today. Now, we will begin the convocation procession. The graduates will approach the stage from the audience's right and be introduced by department. Now, normally at this point, I am supposed to say, please hold your applause until a later time, but I've been doing this for several years now, and I know that's not going to happen. So what I would ask is that when your loved one comes across the stage, please make all the noise that your heart desires. All right. Now, introducing our graduates today is Dr. Ann Marcotte, Professor of Communication Sciences and Special Education. Dr. Marcotte, please come to the podium.
Our first graduates this afternoon are I have the right page, have earned degrees from the Department of Educational Psychology, which is composed of 4 graduate programs: Applied Cognition and Development, Gifted and Creative Education, Quantitative Methods, and School Psychology. These programs prepare professionals for careers as college teachers and university professors, educators of the gifted and creative, school psychologists, researchers, and test developers. The department's programs are routinely ranked among the nation's top 20 by U.S. News and World Report, and the department is known for the quality of its outstanding graduates. For fall semester 2016, the Department of Educational Psychology is pleased to present 2 graduates, both of whom have earned a master's degree with expertise in applied cognition and development. Sean Patrick Kiernan. Charity S. Cagle. The next graduates have all earned degrees from the Department of Educational Theory and Practice, which includes degree programs in early childhood education, social studies education, middle grades education, and critical studies. This department prepares students for careers as critically minded educators and researchers who focus on children and adolescents, their families, and their communities. The programs in this department routinely rank among the top 10 in the nation, according to U.S. News and World Report, and all of the graduates share the department's commitment to fostering equity and social justice in education across the globe. The Department of Educational Theory and Practice is proud to present several graduates this afternoon, beginning with those who have earned master's degrees with expertise in early childhood education. Elizabeth Lee Andros. April Marie Lucas. Abigail May Duzak. Sarah Sunshine Lowing. Jay Chen. Hannah Grace Kisak. The Department of Educational Theory and Practice is also honored to present our largest single group of graduates this afternoon. They go all the way back. Those who have earned the degree Bachelor of Science in Education, all with expertise in early childhood education. Rebecca Noel Dindoffer. Emily Elizabeth Carton. Jordan Elizabeth Rooks. Betsy Kendall Lipman. Julia Ann Davidson. Alexandra Lee Palmer. Victoria Michelle Manning. Caroline Estelle Pattison. Sarah Marie Cobb. Rosalie Mason White. Lacey Kayanne Reynolds. Caitlin Foster Stubbs. Natalie Brooke Powell. Meredith Margaret Johnson. Tyler J. Calhoun. Ashley Dawn Wells. Veronica Allison Pfeiffer. Callie Barwick Gray. Chelsea Brooks. Madison Callie Buffington. Shelby Lee Thompson. Abby Danielle Clark. Cassidy Michelle Brown. Amanda Suzanne Holliday. Andrea Michelle Kaut. Ashley Kelly Clower. Casey A. Brace. Natalia Washington. Hannah Kathleen Ferguson. Carolyn Elizabeth Archambault. Catherine Elizabeth Coble. Caitlin Teresa Pahn. Ashley Michelle Moses. Mariah Nicole Bartlemez. And Sharon Sion Park. Oh, okay, hold on. You're in kinesiology, right? Yep, okay. Next, we'll recognize graduates from the Department of Kinesiology. The mission of this department is to enhance health and well-being for people throughout the lifespan through the creation, transmission, and application of knowledge related to physical activity, exercise, and sport. The department's bachelor's, master's, and doctoral programs in exercise and sports science, health and physical education, and sport management prepare students for careers as practitioners in allied health fields, in teaching and coaching, and in sport enterprises, and for careers as scholars and researchers in higher education, government, and industry. The Department of Kinesiology is pleased to present several graduates this afternoon, beginning with those who have earned master's degrees with expertise in kinesiology or in sport management. So we are proud to recognize Mr. Thomas Nahar. And Gregory Brian Bowder. The Department of Kinesiology is also very pleased to present a group of graduates who have all earned the degree Bachelor of Science in Education, with majors this semester in exercise and sport science, health and physical education, or sport management, beginning with Courtney Brooke White. David Raul Belazarce. Kayla Morgan Taylor. Babak Mostafi. Charles Austin Lowry. Zachary Scott Agan. Lauren Avery Clark. Matthew Edward Patrick. Samantha Ann Murray. Matthew James Delaria. Credence Christopher Riblett. Mackenzie Jackson Phillips. Zachary Austin Moss. Olivia Morgan Botts. Ivana Ramjack. Brittany Jamila Bolton. And Angela Sue Hatchell. We now turn to the Department of Language and Literacy Education, which includes programs in English education, reading, literacies, and children's literature, world language education, and teaching English for speakers of other languages. Through multimedia efforts in reading, composition, comprehension, and interpretation, the professionals in language and literacy education seek to provide learners and communities with the tools they need to produce, access, and learn from written, visual, and spoken languages at home, at school, and around the world. The Department of Language and Literacy Education is honored to present 2 graduates this afternoon who have earned master's degrees with expertise in reading education or in TESOL and world languages education. Danielle Simone Wilkerson. And Elizabeth Jane Wynn. Language and Literacy Education is also pleased to present graduates this afternoon who have earned the degree Bachelor of Science in Education with a major in English education or a major in world language education. Emily Lynn Gibson. And Danya Marie Kuupolani Miller. Next, we recognize graduates from the Department of Lifelong Education, Administration, and Policy. This department includes 4 program areas: adult education, learning and organizational development, qualitative inquiry, and educational administration and policy. The overriding mission of this department is to train professionals who will administer and improve the educational programs of Georgia, the Southeast, and the nation, based on rigorous evaluative techniques, whether those programs are focused on education for students in kindergarten through 12th grade or designed to provide continuing education for adults. First, from the Department of Lifelong Education, Administration, and Policy, we have 1 graduate who has earned the degree Specialist in Education with expertise in educational administration and policy. Larissa Lynn Carter. Who's actually the master's? No. That brings us to our final department, the Department of Mathematics and Science Education. Graduates from mathematics and science education are equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to be leaders in the arenas of instruction, curriculum, assessment, and policy for mathematics and the sciences, and for learners in preschool through college settings. Given the importance of mathematics and science literacy in our society today, the faculty of the department and of the college as a whole are very proud of the contributions this department's alumni make through their teaching, research, and service in mathematics and the sciences. We are therefore very pleased to recognize one graduate who has earned a master's degree from the Department of Mathematics and Science Education with expertise in the area of science education. Zachary Ryan Gerald.
Thank you, Dr. Marcotte, and members of the platform party. It is now my pleasure to introduce our final speaker of the Fall 2016 College of Education Convocation. Our student convocation speaker is Credence Riblett, a senior majoring in exercise and sports science. His commitment to serving others led him to the field of sports rehabilitation. After completing his bachelor's degree, he plans on attending graduate school to become a physical therapist. He has served the College of Education as a student ambassador, where his knowledge, enthusiasm, and warmth has been a tremendous asset for all of us. Credence's dedication and drive for academic excellence exemplifies the best in the College of Education. Credence, please come to the platform.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, family, friends, faculty, and staff. I know I speak for our fellow graduates when I say that we truly appreciate your presence here. Your unending love and support have been instrumental to our success, and this day is as much yours as it is ours. To my fellow graduates, I'm humbled and honored to have been chosen to represent you, and I'm thrilled to be able to revel in this moment with you all. Throughout the process of writing this speech, I kept coming back to the words of President John F. Kennedy, who said, "The only reason to give a speech is to change the world." I hope by the end of this speech, you will have been inspired to do just that. My name is Credence Riblett, and before you ask, the answer is yes. My initials are CCR. And if you don't get that reference, well, you might be too young for that one. Let me begin by telling you a story about a boy who, well, it's me. The story's about me. I stepped foot on this campus for the first time as a transfer student in the summer of 2014. Let me tell you what, it was very traumatizing. My two previous schools had not prepared me for the magnitude of change I was to face at UGA. My first memories of UGA were not as they are depicted along the walls of many of our buildings. It was not all laughing and smiling with friends on North Campus. I was overwhelmed by my new experiences. The blazing hot summer, combined with 2 accelerated courses, was enough to make me feel about this small. To remedy this situation, I responded to an email from the College of Education asking transfer students to meet up and learn a little bit about the school. I thought, great, finally, an opportunity to meet students like myself who can make this transition less painful, an opportunity to make many, many new friends. Well, 2 people showed up. I was one of them. But you know what? I did learn a few things. For one, I finally found out that the College of Education was not a completely different college at all, and I learned just how painless getting involved would be. Immediately, I was inspired by what I had learned, and I felt compelled to get involved in my newfound home. And for the first time in a long time, I felt a sense of camaraderie, a sense of purpose, direction, and belonging. Dare I say, a family away from family? So I continued to go to these monthly meetings. Our numbers grew, of course. There were about 5 of us at the end of it all. As the semesters passed, I gained new friends and quickly became assimilated into the dog nation. I finally learned how to call the dogs without having to pantomime most of the words. Needless to say, I grew as time went on, not just in waist circumference, but as a person and as a scholar. I learned many valuable lessons along the way, and each opportunity became an additional brick laying out the path before me. Like all of you, that path has led me here to this very moment, graduating from the University of Georgia College of Education. As the name of the college implies, we are all now a group of finely educated educators. During my time at the College of Education, I learned that education doesn't just happen in a classroom. Education happens anytime you have an opportunity to help someone. I want y'all to think about that for a moment and what that really means. What an honor. We are now the future of education. We are now tasked with the duty of propelling our students, clients, athletes, and patients into a brighter future. So whatever field you may end up in, do not settle for anything less than being the best. You did not become a Georgia Bulldog because it was easy. You became a Georgia Bulldog because you wanted to become the best you that you could offer. Never, ever give up on that. If I had given up during those hot summer days, I wouldn't be here speaking to you today. And it's through that same perseverance that you are also here. When you are the best you, you thrive. And others around you will also thrive. And as they thrive, the ones around them will do so, and on it goes. And that, folks, is how you change the world. Thank you. Congratulations. And go Dogs!
Thank you, Credence. That was wonderful. And I am a CCR fan. Thank you again, families, faculty, and staff. Everyone here has many reasons to be proud and to celebrate today. Graduates, you are now alumni of the College of Education. You are now a member of a community that includes over 60,000 living alumni. Many of these individuals have gone on to great accomplishments and made many important contributions to Georgia and the nation. We expect no less from each of you. We look forward in the future to hearing with great pride and the impressive accomplishments and important contributions made by the class of 2016. Audience, it is our pleasure to present to you the class of 2016. All right, now while everybody is standing, we have a tradition that emerged several years ago at our convocations of inviting our student convocation speaker to come back to the podium and lead Calling the Dogs. It's all yours.
Thank you. All right, guys, one last time. Good Dogs! Sick 'em! All right. Woo. Thank you so much, Dean.
All right, thank you everyone very much. Class is dismissed.